All right, so real quick, just an update, or really the trade breakdown of an options trade I took today. Betting on Trump not going through with pretty much blowing up Iran's electric infrastructure, which would be absolutely devastating. I just didn't see that playing out, and what ultimately ended up happening was they both, so the Pakistani prime minister basically proposed in the last like 2 hours before the Trump threat deadline came about, which would be 8 p.m. It's 7:11 right now, but I think this headline came out around like 6 or 5-ish when they said, hey, we will agree to that proposal, which is which is a ceasefire, basically 2-week ceasefire to continue negotiations. So I bet that Trump would not do that, whether it's a proposal, they accept a ceasefire, something along the lines. But regardless, I just felt Trump wasn't going to do that for multiple reasons. But to make this video pretty quick, let's look at the chart now. So essentially this trade is actually still playing out because it is 7:12 p.m. I can't get out of my position or even see how my position is doing, but based off of when we closed, before even the proposal ceasefire was accepted by both parties, my option that I brought that around 3:45, so close to market close, was up at least about 30%. It's a small amount because I only wanted to risk a small amount because, you know, this was just almost pure betting. So when it comes to this close to just betting and not like any technical or fundamental analysis kind of situation, I like to bet very small in a situation like this where we could still win big and run a decent amount. But anyways, so I pretty much, that was actually a future trade. Don't bother with that. What we're talking about is the option trade. So this candle right here, I believe, it's either this candle or that candle. I have to go back and see, but one of these candles, so it's either this was when Trump agreed to the ceasefire, and then this was when Pakistan agreed to it. But basically they both came out really close to around the same time. And so that's what these two candles probably are. But so as you can see, we are up. This is the futures. We're up 2%. Ridiculous. We was up 1% on this one candle in itself when the futures market opened back up. That is my SPY call. Again, this is very, very small. I bought it for 16. Right now it's at 30 something, 37. So you can see we're already up 131%. And that was obviously from the market close. So when the market opens, this expires actually tomorrow, but the plan is to sell it as soon as the market opens or close to that. And you can see being already up. So only $21, but we'll see what happens in the morning. Very small risk trade because I had traded a very small amount, like I stated earlier. The strategy, I'm just gonna call the betting strategy, where you just throw in a situation like this and you just feel fucking good about it. And I have other reasons. I've seen other headlines and it just kind of pointed to me that Trump wouldn't do something even this drastic, even for him, you know, the guy that started all of this and was doing like a bunch of crazy stuff and crazy tweets and all of that. I just felt he wouldn't take it to that point, because basically the Pakistani and prime minister with that move gave both parties an out without looking, you know, pussy. It gave Iran an out, a potential out, without looking soft, because, you know, Iran's regime, that's the one thing about them, they don't want to look soft, and neither does Trump. That's also Trump's thing. So this gave them both an out, or at least 2 weeks to kind of figure this out without necessarily having to go to the most drastic, just to not seem like, oh, I'm soft. I'm crazy because I backed out after starting this. I'm talking about Trump, and then Iran, they need to save face as well. So it worked. I knew this would eventually happen, but this was the out. And as soon as I seen the out, that's actually when I got in. When the Pakistani prime minister proposed that's actually when I brought an option, because that's the moment when I really felt, on top of some stuff that came out earlier, that's when I was like, that was the confirmation for me in my mind that it was gonna go, they were both gonna take that, and that's when I got in that trade. So we'll see how this opens tomorrow, but looking good so far.